Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is replacing my new makeup releases video, because when you see this, I'm in Germany, and in fact, I think this is the day when my mom's 80th birthday will be celebrated. I think that's going to be the Wednesday. So I thought that this video, what we're going to do today, is a very beautiful replacement for the new makeup releases, which we're going to, of course, go back to next week, God willing. Okay, so today we're going to talk about my highlights of 2019 from all my new makeup releases that I featured on my channel. So I have to say, of course, this is just what I'm feeling right now, and apparently I'm going through some kind of change in this sounds like I'm going through a thing where I'm just allowing myself to love more and be more versatile, and maybe you will also see that on my eyes today, because I actually filmed this. This is going to come up. It's going to be a tutorial kind of a thing for, you'll see it. Anyway, this is the whole stage in my life. Maybe it's because I turned 40 and all of the things that happened around that I'm feeling like, no, Leorah, you do not want to limit yourself anymore to one corner. I just want to be like everywhere and experience everything. Maybe I'm feeling like I'm running out of time or something. I don't know what it is, but this is what it is, and you'll see that also in my favorites of this year, that it is all over the place, all the things that I'm liking. So of course, as it always is in my new makeup releases videos, I'm not featuring everything that is out there, not everything that has been released or sneak peek or all of these things. I'm just picking and choosing what I like, and because of all of these things I have still saved from the beginning of the year when I started to do those videos, I went through all of my saved links and just chose what I really liked and what, as of right now, vibes the most with me, which doesn't mean that in the video back then it was one of my favorites. It's just because right now, as of right now, December 2019, reflecting back on the year, this is what I feel I really liked. So with all of that being said, I'm probably in real time, when you see this, going to be celebrating like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, so maybe we can just sit here together and talk a little bit about makeup, because you know that's like all right. Oh, by the way, you know what triggered me to do this was that, going back in the middle, actually yesterday, when I'm filming this yesterday, Aniela Nyquist released her makeup releases tag video, and I thought, great, that is going to be what I'm going to be filming. Easy content, perfect. Then I sat down and like mulled over the 7 questions that she put out there. And then the more I thought about it, the more frustrated I got, because I thought, wow, so 90% of my answers would be exactly what her answers are. So who's going to want to see this? Who is going to want to see this? There is really like really tiny nuances where I would have a different opinion or where I would have a different preference. So, and then I thought, well, no. You know, as much as I would love to have to pick up the tag, because it's just very easy content to film, which would have really helped me out now before my trip, because who needs to edit a video like this where I have to like put slides in and things like this? Like seriously, I'm putting a lot of extra work on myself. But I just thought, you know what? Everybody is just going to be bored out of their minds and or like dissect me in the comments section for just copying her video, because that has happened too. You know, that I'm just copying what other people say. So in order to avoid that, because really my answers would mostly be the same, I'm just going to do my own thing. Yeah, so now we're going to go to the side and talk a little bit about makeup. Okay, so all of these things that I'm going to mention to you are not in the order of preference or something like this. It's not in any particular order, and it's also not, yeah, it's not also like the order of release or anything. It's just the way it like dropped into my lap, okay? Some of them are actually ones, some that we spoke about in last week's makeup releases video, which is, for example, the first one that we're going to talk about, and that is from V Cosmetics, the Grimoire Palette. And I really surprised myself by liking this so much, you know. Okay, sorry, in case there was a jump cut right now, it is because apparently I have to change the battery of the camera in the middle of the sentence. So it was like flashing like this, so that was scary. Okay, so back to the Grimoire palette. I really, really like that, you know? This is another side of me that likes those grungy tones and those... the specialness of this palette, the out there-ness that I have never seen before. This is a spectacular palette that I would love to have, you know? This is definitely one of my highlights. Now, for most of the things, I don't have prices. For some of them, I know, and sometimes I wish I wouldn't because, you know? And also, you know what? Some of you are commenting on my makeup releases video because you are going and checking out the brands and checking out what the delivery and the shipping would be, and sometimes it's really, really ridiculous for people who do not live in the same country as the brand. And I totally relate to that because I'm always in that situation because there are no brands here, no, like nothing. So anyway, just saying that prices, I'm not regarding prices here. It's just the way it looks, the way I feel about the whole vibe of the release. Okay, so I'm not including prices. All right, I have no idea what this palette costs. It's super, super pretty. I would love to have it. Obviously, all of the things that I'm featuring here, I would love to have, and very few of them I actually do have. So yeah, go figure. The other thing we recently spoke about is this release from Viseart, and that was the Middle Eastern exclusive. What were they called again? Fashion Addict eyeshadow palette and basically Addict eyeshadow palette. One with blue tones and neutrals and one with rosy tones and neutrals, or like pinks, purples and neutrals. I love those so much. It's the first release of Viseart that I love and that I would even consider to buy. And I do have a list for what's it called? Boxing Day of brands that I want to check out because that would definitely be something that I would really, really like, because I'm so vibing with these a little bit more softer but still colorful and like half colorful, half neutral. So it gives you more, it gives you a lot of variety, really. You know, I'm really, really feeling that these days, and I would love to have those two palettes. So next thing is this palette from Copacetic Cosmetics, the Thin Ice palette. I've spoken about that. I'm also eyeing this palette like you wouldn't believe. It's a beautiful palette. I, in my personal opinion, think it's much nicer than the Blue Moon palette by Colourpop. It is, though, also way more expensive. I checked it, when I checked it now online, it was $35 for a 9-pan palette. That is, a little girl has to like clean a lot of carpets for this, you know? So I don't know if I can do that. Honestly, I want to. I really, really want to. I'm gonna maybe have to wait till it's on sale because, you know, I have other expenses than makeup. So, but it is also on the list for Boxing Day. So please, Copacetic Cosmetics, Boxing Day, please. Okay. Okay, so then a palette that came out actually at the beginning of 2019, or quite at the beginning compared to now, is from Certify, and that's the Affinity 2 palette, which gives us beautiful, beautiful blues and greens. And I have a palette. I have worked with the palette quite a bit. I, of course, featured it also here on my channel. It is a beautiful palette. I love it. I'm so glad to have it. Certify is a very, very good brand. I think they also have done something to their shimmer formula, because in the first palettes I was really not thrilled about the shimmer formula, but in this palette it really, really is like you feel a difference there, according to my experience or my opinion. So this is a very, very nice palette, and I'm so glad to have it. One highlight of my year. Then we're moving on to Violet Voss. So she came out at some point. Wait, let me just check when that was. When was that? February 26th. This is a post from February 26th. This is the Sugar Crystals palette. I wanted this palette in the worst way. I made my my best friend in America go on a wild goose chase to try to hunt down this palette, and then it was sold out and whatever. So I never got it, and I still really, really like it. I like the concept of those bright mattes and then the nice shimmers and then the inner corner highlights. I think that was probably her best palette of the year, in my personal opinion. You know, that is a beautiful palette. Really, really liked it. never got it, and I'm still alive. Alright, next one is Emmy Cosmetics, and this is a post from March 23rd, and this was the Flower Garden palette, and I think that was also in my makeup releases video of that week, that was one of my favorites because it is super beautiful. This palette is my most favorite palette of her throughout from the whole year, obviously because it made it into my highlights of the whole year. I would probably want to have like a darker purple, like the dark shimmer. I would like to have a darker matte purple, and also like the dark green shimmer, I would like to have a dark green matte. But besides that, even like this, I think it is super, super beautiful and really like it. Really like it. I, by the way, don't know if all of the things that I'm talking about today are still available, but I'm going to leave, of course, links to the brands in the description box so you can, you know, do your own research. But this Flower Garden palette, super, super pretty. And as far as I know, you can also buy those shades in singles. Just so you know. Alright, the next palette that I really liked was from Hipdot, and this was the Cyan palette, and it I don't know how it just really opened my eyes for those rosy, and not only rosy because there's also oranges here and things like that, but it's just such a nice color scheme that I really started liking this year, you know. Very nice. Love this. This came out in April. Let's keep it like in months because that's not so difficult. Okay, very nice. That was Hipdot, the Cyan palette. Another palette that I actually have and that I've also featured here a bit is from Ace Beauté, and this is of course the Oceanic palette. It's a beautiful blue and green palette. It's super versatile. It's super good quality. I love this palette to bits. I'm so glad I have it. This post here is from May. Yeah, I think it came out in May because I think I ordered it on release. That was amazing. An amazing palette. Super beautiful. So blessed to have it. The other thing that I really liked, and that came out in June, and I think that was also one of my highlights of the week, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. In my new makeup releases video was Sample Beauty, where these 4 palettes, like this set of palettes, I ordered 2. Now, what are the names? I have the Immensity palette, which is basically the rainbow palette, and then the Hydrographic palette, which is the palette with the greens and blues and purples. So the other 2 were back then, let's say back then, they were less my color scheme. Now I would probably want them to, because now I would let myself go there. Now I would be smarter, you know. Anyway, that was Sample Beauty. They also performed super well. I did first impressions and different looks on this channel and also on my social media, looks that I haven't filmed. So a really nice palettes, super good quality. I wish I had more of this brand, seriously. You know, on Black Friday I went online and tried to get the Equalizer palette, which was like the big palette where they had corresponding mattes and shimmers to like each one, which was super pretty. And on a closer look, I also really loved the names they gave the shades. It was super cool, very well done, and it was sold out. Late to the party, Leorah, what can I do? Alright, next thing is from Menagerie Cosmetics, and this is of course the Whalesong palette. I don't have it. I will probably not get it because I don't know. I always I don't know. I have to pick and choose what I'm getting, and I don't know. I really don't know. It's a beautiful palette. I love it, but now I feel like I have the Oceanic palette. Do I now need the Whalesong palette, you know? On the other hand, I have nothing from Menagerie Cosmetics. It's a super intriguing brand for me. I would love to try it. This would be a very nice first impression of the brand. You know, what can I say? Also, you know, the purple ink, or what was that? They have this I think it's just 6 pans or something, this small, what was that, purple ink palette? I don't know. If you combine that with this blue palette, I think you could create amazing looks like that, you know? Would really love it. Don't have it. But anyway, this came out I think in June, not sure, maybe earlier. I'm honestly not sure. But anyway, this post is from June. Maybe it was just a reposting or something. Then another palette that I actually have is from JC Cosmetics, the Besties palette. I love this palette. I was the only one in all YouTube land who loved the palette. Everybody else ripped the palette apart. I love the palette. My best friend got this palette for me for my birthday, for my 40th birthday. I love it. I've created amazing looks. Unfortunately, you know what? I just have to say this, you know, I sent pictures of my photo shoots with them, you know, using that palette to JC Cosmetics. They never even said hello, you know, and I thought that was a little bit sad. This is not how you treat content creators, you know. I don't expect praise or anything, but just, you know, a thank you would be nice, because basically I'm promoting their palette, and I thought just ignoring me because I'm too small is, you know, that's not the right thing, because I was really the only one who really loved this palette, you know, so that's not nice. But I still love the palette very, very much, and I'm working a lot with it. And I love, first of all, I love rainbow palettes, as you know, because I'm letting myself love it. And I also love about this particular palette that the shades are not in order of lightest to dark or whatever, you know, or grouped in the reds and the yellows and oranges and then the blues or something like this. I love that it's mixed up. It sparks more creativity within me, and I really like that. All right, next thing that I really loved, and that I actually also have, is this release from Kaleidos Makeup, which was of course the last two palettes of the Futurism. I think it was it Futurism 5 and 6 or 4 and 5? Let me check. Okay, it was Futurism 4 and 5. It's of course the Electro Turquoise and then the VR Neon. And I really like them. Of course, I feature them on my channel too. And actually, Kaleidos Makeup reached out to me and thanked me, you know, for giving them exposure, even though I'm a small channel. And this is how you treat people. You know, that is really nice. Okay, then the next one is from Be Elegant Cosmetics. This palette that we also spoke about last week only. It's like a really new thing. And this is the Winter Storm palette. And I have fallen hard for this palette. Seriously, after I saw this palette and I had filmed the makeup releases video, I think the next day sat down and created a look inspired by this palette or by the Smoke Show palette from Colourpop, which is sort of vibing the same way. This is a beautiful palette that I think I would love to have one palette like this that is just like white or like a snowy kind of the shimmer, and then silvers and grays and a black. I would love that. I think something like this is definitely missing in my collection. Super pretty. Okay, the next things I actually do have. Yay! And those are, of course, Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina 1, Norvina 2, and Norvina 3. I have them all. I've been working with them basically non-stop because I love them. The formula is magic. Really love them, and I'm so glad I have them. Two of them I bought myself, and the third one I think was an exclusive. Was it a Sephora exclusive? I think so. So I could not order it online, so my best friend in America sponsored it and sent it to me. Thank you so sweetie. Because it is so nice to have them, and I love them, and I'm enjoying them so much. So this is definitely a highlight of my year. Absolutely. Even though a lot of people really criticized ABH or Norvina or whatever for coming out with so much in a very short time, and maybe they should have spaced it out a little bit more, but besides that, I really love the palette, and I really highly recommend them because they're also very good quality. Oh, another thing from Be Elegant Cosmetics, I have to go back to that, is their Halloween palette, which was also super pretty. Super pretty. This is such a special color scheme, such a grungy, amazing... That was also definitely a most favorite of that week when I spoke about this in my new makeup releases video. It's a beautiful palette that I would also love to have. Be Elegant Cosmetics, I'm watching you. You're also on my Boxing Day list, just so you know. Alright, next one was the collaboration between Amy Hearts Beauty and Amy Loves Makeup, the Alma Palette, which is a super beautiful palette. Would really like to have it. I don't have it as of now. It's also on my list for Boxing Day. Oh, that's hard. Okay, next one is from Claro Psyche. Okay, so that is the Real Fantasy palette, which is also super pretty. It sort of vibes with the in the same direction like the Be Elegant. What was it called again? No, I just spoke about it and I already forgot. The Halloween palette. The Halloween palette and the Claro Psyche Real Fantasy palette sort of vibing in the same direction for me. Super, super beautiful. Love it. Don't have it, unfortunately. Would love to try. Absolutely. It's super beautiful. Yeah, another big highlight of this year was Rebel Rogue Labs, the Suspended in Dusk palette. Sweethearts. This one. Do you remember me gushing about this palette? That was by far my most favorite in that week. It is so beautiful, so very well done. I love this palette. It's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. What else can I say? I rarely see things that are so special and different and just that they have my name on it, you know? That is really a palette like this. Really beautiful. Okay, and the last one actually that I want to feature today is, maybe you want to guess. Do you want to guess? Is the Mothership 7 Divine Rose palette from Pat McGrath. Ta-da! I'm still drooling over this palette. It's not going to happen. It's $125 unless it goes on sale, but then it's gonna be still like $90 probably. I don't know. Unless it is available for $20, I will not get it. Let's put it that way. I think it is super beautiful. If I would have to have just one neutral palette, I would want to have this one. If I would want to have just one thing from Pat McGrath, I would want to have this one. I would maybe want to add like 2 more darker mattes. I think that would have made the palette even better. But even like this, it's just, you know, the whole vibe of this palette is just really gentle and romantic and really, yeah, that this is what I'm feeling these days, you know. And I just cannot forget the swatch video about this palette. If they did not put any like crazy filters on it or something, which I cannot really judge, but it was absolutely amazing. Yeah. All right, so that was that. Enough of the drama. It's all just makeup, I know, but I just really wanted to feature some of my like most favorites of this year because it has been a good year. It has been a very special year for me too, because in January 2019 I got my YouTube camera. Before then I was filming with my phone and it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible compared to now, you know, you remember? I have grown a lot. I'm gonna make like grown personally. I will probably make a video about that towards the end of the year too, like my reflections about my YouTube year. But I'm, you know, this whole year where I've started to do new makeup releases videos, it has helped me. It has helped me so much to figure out where my way is going, what I'm feeling, what I need, what I want, because that's not the same thing, or like things like this, you know. I think that is a very good development for me, or it has been a very good development for me, and of course I'm going to continue these videos because for me it's fun and it is therapy and it's just such good content for me to film because I'm so living this. I'm so with my heart and my soul in this, you know. So that is all my passion, and yeah. All right, sweeties, what was your favorite of 2019 as of now, because of course we still have a little bit to go. But anyway, let me know. Maybe I should, you know what, maybe I should just add one more thing. I should add one more thing, and that is the Melt Cosmetics, what was it, Viva Vida collection. You know, their Christmas collection with the Muerte palette and the Life palette and the Death palette. I'm gonna include a picture here too because I really forgot that now, but that is definitely also one of my favorites that I don't have. Yeah, Melt Cosmetics is definitely also on my list. I'm watching them. I'm just waiting for a sale because I will not buy a palette that is that expensive. I cannot, you know, I can't. So anyway, let me know what your favorite is. If you like to, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here, and maybe send some happy vibes to me because I'm in Germany right now. when you see this. I'm gonna be so happy to be in the bosom of my family with my siblings that I haven't seen forever, and with my mom who's celebrating her 80th birthday. May she be blessed and live long and be healthy. And yeah, I'm gonna be so happy. I'm already now very, very happy just knowing that in a few days I'm gonna be traveling. So yeah, my sweeties, I hope you enjoyed, and tomorrow will be another video, of course. I hope you'll come back for that, and up until then, go ahead and sparkle. Hugs and kisses. Bye.